Sage Forsaken here, and today we're going to do another Marvel action figure look at. Now, unlike normal when I look at Marvel Legends figures, today we're going to be looking at a Marvel Select figure. Diamond Select Toys puts out these figures, and if you look at them comparatively, like the Captain America here, the scale is a little bigger than a Marvel Legend. Like the Marvel Legends run about 6 foot for, a 6 foot character. And Thanos here and other Marvel Select figures run about 7 to 8 inches depending on the figure. The reason being is that just a bigger line of scale. Um, Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this Thanos out of the box and talk about what comes in the box. We're going to look at articulation. And so the reason that a lot of people get these figures is that it does lend to having bigger figures like the Hulk, like Thanos here, or maybe the Juggernaut, things of that nature, to fight your Marvel Legends. It does come with a nice Infinity Gauntlet. It comes with open hand Infinity Gauntlet, like from the movie. You see here, actually, let's look at the Lady Death first. So, as you can see, there's a skeletal lady here. It does have a mask that shows like a woman's face, because in the comics she often appears as a hot lady or sometimes as just a skeleton lady. So, hot skeleton lady. Yeah, I guess the boobs are still there even when she's a skeleton. Anyway, Thanos was completely enamored with Lady Death, and Lady Death is a death goddess, so her powers come from death. This is why he wanted to destroy half the universe. It wasn't because he was, a conservationist, because it makes no sense. Anybody can point out that all he'd have to do is terraform planets and make more resources, or change molecules with the reality stone to make more resources. He didn't have to destroy half of life to do what he did, like he did in the movie. The figure does come with a kind of like a hard rubber for the chest armor. I'm sorry, the shoulder armor and the waist, I guess, skirting. Um, the arms do go all the way up. They only go up this far, like normally, but then if you pivot it, and one good thing about these, the arms do go all the way down to the side. Some Marvel Legends figures with a bigger figure, you can't get them to go all the way down. Especially wrestling figures have that real bad. But you can see, you can get the arm to go all the way up. You just have to pivot it the right way, and then you can turn the arm whichever way you wanted it to be, pretty much, when it was in the up position. There are wrist rotation at both gloves. Um, the legs do splay out pretty far. The only thing is, unlike Marvel Legends, instead of having the ankle rocker where it actually will pivot and make the foot flat multiple directions, it only goes forward and backwards. So this has the same problems that a lot of DC figures have, or wrestlers, made by Mattel, where essentially the feet won't sit flat on the ground. And when you have such a big figure, that can be pretty bad. If you put it on display, you walk through your house and the figure falls off, it's going to be pretty loud when it hits that floor, and it can mess up your figure. So it's not the best thing in the world. And a lot of people would modify things like that if they're a customizer. Um, Now, as far as the glove goes, it will pop, the left arm will pop off, so you can put the glove on. However, um, my wife was sleeping when I was shooting this, and I didn't want to, heat that glove up and then try to pop it off and all that stuff with a hair dryer. So it is kind of tight when you first get it. Like, all the joints are fairly tight. Now you can see there is a neck joint, so you get the lighting there, that where the head goes up and down a little bit, and it turns left and right. So there is some waist articulation too. I don't know if I don't show that just yet, but there's waist articulation. But you can see I had the Captain America out because I wanted to show kind of the scale, and how, like, in the movie, the scale is almost right for this figure versus Captain America. If you were comparing it to, like, the movie, if that's your only baseline for Thanos. So this is a more comic accurate costume, um, and I really hope they make an Apocalypse soon, because a big Apocalypse that's bigger than my Marvel Legends would be great. Most of my, besides the Apocalypse or Juggernaut, I'm not really looking to get a lot of these Marvel Select, only because even though they're bigger figures, you know, my Marvel Legends are taking up enough space as it is. So, in fact, you know, if you look, it's really like 2 shelves worth of Marvel Legends in the box that I have here. So, now my thing mostly is X-Men, so that's why the Apocalypse is really interesting to me, or the Juggernaut. That's what I grew up on. I know you can't see them, but basically every figure in the back of the top shelf is like 90s era Jim Lee X-Men. You know, I got most of the X-Men up there. And that's more what I'm interested in. I love the movies that have been coming out with the MCU, and that's what actually got me into some of the figures. But like things like even my Doctor Strange figures that I got through Marvel Legends, I'm just turning into ninjas so that I can have something to fight Wolverine. So to kind of make that comparison, you know, I just like the X-Men, and I like some of the other figures I've got that are really cool. Like I really like Gwenpool, even though she's a newer character. I'd like to get a Kamala Khan, but you know, it's just what I run across. I try to avoid paying full price for these figures, but some of them, like the newest wave that's coming with Apocalypse, I'm probably going to end up buying most of those full price because I really would love to build Apocalypse. Anybody who's watched my channel knows that I build all sorts of Sentinels, and I'm really interested in the Sentinel that came out this year, but it's just too much to spend for me right now. Anyway, I hope you like my videos, like and subscribe, and of course, as I always say, pour on the plastic. Thanks for watching.